What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's JJ, and today we're gonna be assembling a Tial external wastegate with Juan at WR Experts. If you haven't already, make sure to check out WR Experts Auto Works on Instagram or Facebook. They do amazing work on Subarus and even Supras, so make sure to check them out. Also guys, quick shout out to Nippon Power for the parts. They always have stuff in stock for me, and if they don't, they get it to me really quickly, so I'll leave a link to their website down below. Make sure to check them out also. If you guys wanna see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're interested in supporting the channel, there's a join button right next to the subscribe button. You can go ahead and check that out as well. All right guys, so once you hit that like button, we'll go ahead and start the video. Why isn't it starting?
We're gonna go ahead and just set up the wastegate. Usually it's at, but this is a 38 millimeters, so we're just gonna go ahead and go red and black, which is 14.5 pounds. He's still on a stock turbo. So we're just gonna go ahead and start opening it up. All right, if you notice, there's rings. So you get the bigger diameter spring and the smaller diameter spring, just like it is on the actual seat itself. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and set up the smaller, which is the middle size, and then the black right over it. Now, obviously, we need to compress this down. Can you do it by hand? Sure. Work smarter, not harder, we'll use a press. If you notice, I'm not going all the way down, I'm just leaving it a little bit, so I can go ahead and start presenting the bolts in place. You just want to present them all so that way you know that it's straight and you don't run the risk of catching it sideways or misaligned. Now that all of them are pretty much set in place, we're gonna go ahead and release the vise, and there, you'll notice there's still a gap. We still need to tighten it down. So always remember, do the opposite side, and then the star pattern. On the wastegate, you'll notice it's got multiple ports that are threaded. This one is basically going to be either vent to atmosphere here or here, so we're going to cap one of them. If you notice the smaller ones, this is to run coolant through. When you buy the wastegate, it includes these fittings. If you want to run coolant through them just to bring the temps down on the wastegate, you can. I don't worry about them too much. But I do like to put a little bit of Teflon on these caps. Cap the front one. Keep in mind that the wastegate's gonna sit like this on the actual up pipe. So you got a port here, up here, a port on the side, and a port in the bottom. I like to put them in the bottom so the vacuum line just connects to it with no issues. If you put it on this one, on the STI, it tends to run close and starts rubbing on the actual power steering line, so you want to avoid that. Up here is too close between the actual heat of the downpipe and the turbo, so I like to run them in the bottom, which is away from the heat. So we're going to go ahead and just cap this top port. Keep in mind it's the actual banjo fitting, the nipple with the pass-through, and you got two crush washers, so you want to make sure you put one on each side. This will be the vent. The other one will be on the bottom side. Go ahead and tighten up. It's a 10 millimeter. Just tighten it, and then you're set. Now, be very careful. When the wastegate, when you buy it, it already comes with the fire ring on it, but from handling it, it'll fall out. Just make sure you don't lose it, because you're gonna need it when you put it on the up pipe. And she's ready. Don't laugh. This is an e-brake tool. I use this for the clamps. It works out great. So we're just gonna lay it up here for now. You get the fire ring, make sure it's on there. You're gonna push the wastegate up against the up pipe, and then the V-band clamp. You're gonna have to work it around. Just make sure you're nice and centered on the actual. I get my little trusty tool. And just clamp down on it. And then I'll set up the bolt. Get a channel lock just so I can squeeze it some more. It just has nipples in the way. I went ahead and presented the nut and the bolt for the V-band clamp. Now I pretty much have a good angle. What you want to do is get the dump tube, line it up flush on the wastegate, and just feel it out. Now the nice thing about it, I still have it tightened up the V-band. So we're just gonna go ahead and mount it with the V-band on the dump tube so I can rotate it in the perfect angle. To set up the tube. I just like to put it in an up and down angle. So now you'll see that I can rotate it. So I'll rotate it, turn the dump tube a little bit downward. Too much. Alright, that's a perfect angle. If you notice, it'll clear right there. It's not making contact on the tranny. It's far away from the actual axle boot. So that should be good enough to clear away from, give you clearance for the downpipe to come down. So we're gonna go ahead and just tighten up these two. This one and this one. We're gonna go ahead and tighten them up.
So as you can see in that video, the assembly of the wastegate is pretty easy. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, or any tips and tricks that you may have as well. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. Hit that like button, share it with a friend that may find this helpful. And as always guys, see you in the next one. Thanks. Oh yeah, you guys could also hit that join button, no pressure.